Hello and welcome to another episode of MacStories Unwind. Today's episode is brought to you by Inoreader. I'm John Voorhees, and with me is Federico Vitici. Hi, Federico.
Hello, John. How are you?
Good, good. We started a little later today than we normally would have started recording because we were dealing with invitations to WWDC. We are both going to be there for the keynote on January 9th. I'm excited. How about you?
On June, not January.
Yeah, what am I saying? January. That's how excited I am, Federico. I've sped us up. Yeah.
As it turns out, we will both be there. So, hey, if you happen to be in town for WWDC, feel free to say hi. It's been a couple of years from me.
Couple of years, yeah.
When was it the last time from me? 2023? Was that?
I think
was
so.
That
I think
the
so.
The Vision Pro. Yeah, 2023.
I think that's actually the last time you and I were together, too.
Oh boy.
I have not been to Italy, and you have not been to America since. So.
Well, John, I'm about the same. Same height, no new tattoos.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much as you remember me.
All right.
If that helps,
All right.
Yeah, well,
I'll be the judge of that, Federico. I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. But we will see each other, and we will see hopefully some of our friends and developers we know, and readers and listeners. I personally love saying hi to people in real life, so don't be shy. Come up, say hi. Let's have a talk. It's gonna be nice.
No, I do too. I'm sure we'll spend a lot of time at the visitor center because there's usually a little corral there for press to hang out in between briefings, and we'll be in and about all the various haunts in Cupertino. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I always feel like I made my plans for my hotel and my flight like weeks and weeks and weeks ago, but it never really feels real until you actually know the day and you're invited. And I'm not just going out there just, to sit in a hotel by myself. So anyway.
Yeah, my task for you, John, and this is where maybe now you can use AI to help you,
Okay.
I guess. So kick off some real good deep research on the topic. I need to eat good Italian in Cupertino.
Yeah.
And unlike 2 years ago, I no longer eat meat.
I know. Oh, I thought you were going to say you don't want to get food poisoning again.
I also don't want to get food poisoning again. Let me tell you, that wasn't fun, especially on the flight back.
Yeah, for people who
with a
don't know.
layover in London. So
yes. For people who don't know, Federico and I shared a sandwich from a sub shop right before he went to the airport to go back home. I was staying in California for a couple of more days, and he got very, very, very sick.
Oh my word, did I?
Such a long flight back to Italy that he hasn't been back to America in 2 years.
Man,
we will not be going back to that place.
I've gone through some things in my life, but that was horrible.
Oh yeah,
that was really, really horrible.
It sounded like you felt like you were going to die. That was really bad. I think you went to an Italian place with Mike for pizza 2 years ago. Was that good?
Was a good place.
Okay,
even though they chopped up the basil on top of the pizza with scissors, like I could tell.
That's an American thing.
It was not a whole leaf of basil, but
I know.
the pizza was good. I'll give you that. The pizza was good.
All right. Well, I will do my work. I will see what I can find. And I know you don't eat meat anymore, so we'll make sure we have good vegan options wherever we go for dinner.
Thank you.
Yes.
All
right. I'm not as much of a meat eater as I used to be either. I do eat meat, but I love a good vegan option myself. So we should find some good. So it's easier to do that in California than other parts of America. So I don't think that'll be hard.
I'm guessing so. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Even the pub that we used to go to. I don't remember the name of that place that we went to 2 years ago with Alex. Remember that? I don't even remember the name of that place, but I think it had vegan options, even though it was mostly like a burger place.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's a bit of an unexpected unplugged segment on this week's episode. But yeah, we'll be back in California again. It's been too long.
Yeah.
John, I got a pick for you.
I'm glad. What have you been up to?
And it's not Friends. Even though we are gonna finish watching Friends tonight.
You're watching Friends, and our friend Brendan Bigley is watching, of all things, Columbo. You probably don't even know what Columbo is.
Oh no, isn't it the detective guy?
Yeah, from like the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
It's an old show.
Friends. Yeah.
This episode of MacStories Unwind is brought to you by the fine folks over at Inoreader. Inoreader is a powerful RSS reader and content aggregator designed to help you stay ahead and in control of the information you consume online. The new Inoreader Intelligence Suite introduces AI-powered tools that make it faster and easier to process large volumes of content. With article summaries, you can get quick overviews of articles, explore specific topics, or ask your own questions, all within Inoreader. You can adjust the style and language of summaries to match your workflow and personal preferences too. And once generated, summaries are saved and fully searchable inside Inoreader, making it easy to revisit key insights later. Intelligence reports let you select multiple articles and instantly generate bulk summaries, comparisons, or sentiment analysis. Each report is saved as a new article, ready to annotate, share, and export. Ideal for researchers, teams, and professionals working with lots of information. You're also in control of how AI is applied. Use Inoreader's built-in model and intelligence tokens, or connect your own OpenAI API key. Save time and boost your productivity while staying informed with Inoreader Intelligence. Try Inoreader for free and explore AI-powered article summaries with a pro, custom, or team plan. Intelligence reports are available in the new Team Intelligence plan and as an optional add-on for pro and custom plans. Learn more and get started today at inoreader.com. That's INOREADER.com. We'll have a link in the show notes, too. Inoreader. Boost productivity and gain insights with AI-powered intelligence tools today. Our thanks to Inoreader for their support of the show.
I've been playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Yep, that's a great game.
It's a really good video game. So, this is not... Here's a funny thing. This is one of the contenders for Game of the Year. Mm-hmm. And it sort of kind of came out of nowhere, even though it's been in development for like 6 years. And it's not a AAA game. It's like, I don't know, a AA game. It's not like a game with a giant budget. But it's not a game, it's not a 2D platformer indie game either. It's something in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of game that, one of those games that you don't get anymore, like the AA game, like a solid 30, 35, 40-hour experience. Like, everything doesn't need to be like a 100+ hour video game. It's just a good, solid video game with a really interesting story in a decent size package for a 36-year-old that I can enjoy on my own time. So this is so fascinating because it's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG with a lot of French culture in it, and sort of like it's got this Belle Epoque kind of setting.
It does. It has a wonderful soundtrack too. I like the music.
Wonderful soundtrack. There's a 20-minute YouTube video that you can find, I think, showing how the orchestrated soundtrack was put together. Really, really good music. And the gist of the story, the premise of the story, really fascinating. There's this, and I don't know much because I've only been playing for like 3 hours, and I'm still in Act 1. The story is that there's this paintress, this figure that on this tree paints a number. And that number started as a really high number, and I don't know what the original number
100.
was. 100? Okay.
100. I guess you're not to that part yet, but spoiler.
Okay. Started at 100, and every year the number goes down by 1. And that number represents the age that people will be able to live to. Like started with 100, everybody can live up to 100 years. Now it's down to 33. So it means that when they reach 33 years of age, everybody basically just dies. And there's this whole ritual that they put together in the city of Lumière, which I believe is the starting town, sort of kind of inspired by Paris and other French towns and cities. There's this whole ritual called the gommage, where everybody sort of just gathers around, waits for the paintress to paint a new number, and you can see the paintress in the distance, beyond the sea. And when the number comes up, everybody just sort of disappears into a cloud of rose petals, of all things. really love the look of this game. It's got that painterly sort of
Yeah, it does.
aesthetic. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game, I believe. It looks fantastic. I've been playing on Xbox Series X. It looks really, really nice. And the mechanics of this game are so involved, but at the same time, so pleasing and approachable. It's a turn-based video game where you have your attack, you have your skills, but all of your it borrows heavily from of all things like the Paper Mario video game series, where every attack and every skill, if you can press the A button or the button to evade, which is B, or the button to parry, which is the right shoulder button.
Yep.
If you can press that just right, you get extra points and you can evade or parry the enemy's attack. And that really reminds me of just being able to hit the button just right when you're attacking in Mario and Luigi or the Paper Mario saga of video games. And the parries are obviously more difficult to do than just evading the attack. So if you press B, it's a little bit easier than having to parry, with timing being just right to make sure that you can parry the enemy attack. So you got that going, and in battles you can obviously choose between your regular attack with your main melee weapon or whatever the character is using, and skills, which tends to be like these elemental skills that and there's all this terminology, like you can have lumina, which are these different abilities that are tied to elemental factors, like some attacks inflict fire, other attacks inflict lightning, other inflict ice, and so you have all these different this sort of like these gameplay mechanics coming together. But to be able to learn an enemy's weaknesses and their attack patterns, and combine all together with a turn-based approach, it's a really rewarding system. And it's not necessarily an easy video game. Like, I've been playing on standard difficulty.
It's not.
And there are some, like, for the first time in many, many years, like maybe the last time was Elden Ring. A few nights ago, I spent like 45 minutes just making sure that I could get this mid-stage boss just right. Like one of those knights that you see in the Spring Meadows, which is one of the the first real sort of stage of the game after the opening act, after the prologue. And like I couldn't recall the last time I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I know that I can do this. I just need to get good at parrying and evading and combining my attacks just right. I'm really, really liking this game. The combination of a really weird story that sort of is so unlike many of the common tropes of JRPGs or even Western RPGs.
Yep.
And the setting and the music and the graphics and the deep combat system, it's really working for me. So I've been playing for 3 hours. I want to play more. I've been playing sort of like dipping in and out every day for the past week. I recommend it. It's really good. It's really fun.
Yeah. No, I love this game. I've been playing it. I'm further along than you. I think I'm pretty close to the end of Act 1 at this point.
Nice.
And I agree with you. It can be very difficult, but it does have like a story mode. If you really enjoy the story and enjoy the look and find it frustrating, you can dip down into story mode. It's one of those games that lets you kind of change your difficulty level no matter where you are in the game, which I think is a nice way to do it, because it avoids you getting frustrated if you want to just progress and not spend a lot of time doing sections over and over and over again. I have never been a turn-based RPG person, and I will say that the story of this game is so solid and so good, and the music is so beautiful that it just like has absorbed me and draws me in, and you get lost in the game very easily. So I recommend it as well. I do have a different pick though, Federico. My pick this week is a TV show on, I don't know what it's called today, Federico. I think it's called HBO Max again. Or is it just Max? The app on my TV says Max, but last week they announced that it's going to be called HBO Max. In any event, it's called Duster, and it's directed by JJ Abrams and another person. And it has one of the lead protagonists from Lost as the lead protagonist here. And it's a really good, I don't usually do this. It's Josh Holloway by the...
nice. Sawyer from Lost.
Yeah, Sawyer is Jim Ellis, the main character. And I don't usually recommend something after just one episode, but only one episode is out. Another one comes out. By the time this episode of Unwind is out, there should be a second episode. But it's set in 1972, and it follows Jim Ellis, who is a getaway driver for a mob boss in Arizona. And so he drives a Duster, which is a very classic 70s muscle car. It's a bright red muscle car. And his job is to like deliver money for bribes, to take toughs out to somebody's house where they beat him with a baseball bat. He's just kind of like the delivery guy for the mob boss. And a woman comes to town, a new FBI agent who's just out of the FBI, and she's black, and she's the first black FBI agent in the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And so they send her off to Arizona, where they think is like the only office that will take her. And she's dealing with, a lot of both racism and sexism, but she very quickly flips him into an informant, which is the whole premise of the first episode. And she's trying to solve the crimes that have been going on in and around the Southwest with Arizona. And I've loved it because it's like very, very fun 70s vibes, great car chases with this muscle car, and an interesting crime drama all kind of wrapped into one thing. And JJ Abrams just does a great job with television. So I think that this is one, if you want to jump in at the ground level, since it's only been a couple of episodes, this is the time to do it. HBO is releasing these weekly. So I've watched one. The second one will be coming out by the time this is out, and going from there. But it's a really good show. I would highly recommend it.
All right.
Federico, we do have today also a deal because the Indiana Jones 4 movie pack is on sale for just $20 instead of $50, which is the lowest price it's ever been. For $20, you get Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. All 4 of those movies, and those are great summertime blockbusters. We're heading into the summer. If you want to have something to watch on a hot summer night, that's a great way to do it. $5 each, basically. So that's my summertime movie pick and recommendation for Unwind Deals today.
All right. Great.
All right, Federico. Well, that's it for Unwind today, everybody. We will be back in another week. You can find me and Federico over at MacStories.net. We are also on social media. Federico is at Viticci. That's VITICCI. And I'm at John Voorhees. JOHNVOORHEES. Talk to you next week, Federico.
Ciao, John.